You've now heard my proposals for replacing the huge morass of immigration law in the UK relating to entry applications with a simple citizens' jury procedure. The proposals are so radical that the only way to implement them is to suspend the rule of law in that area of public life in favour of majority rule with no rule of law safeguards relating to due process. I am far from an anarchist. I believe in due process and constitutional safeguards to protect minorities against the tyranny of the majority. The Magna Carta was precisely such a safeguarding document in the 13th century. It subjected the monarch to the laws of the land and gave protections and rights to landowners that couldn't be overridden by the king or even by a majority of barons and clergy. It quickly won a national mandate and is considered a cornerstone of democracy and law in common law nations. It's the kind of law we need again. There are just 37 sections, over 6 pages. Some of the jargon is difficult for a modern reader, but if you put that to one side, you can still see the simplicity of the ideas. A democratic mandate for a law can only be given and maintained when the people understand the law. When a law gets so complex that only specialists can understand it, access it, and apply it, it is not a democratic law anymore, whatever parliamentary and due process is involved. And once a legal system is scorned by the majority as impossible to understand, it becomes a jungle. Legal principles and supposed safeguards are then just cynical levers for the clever and rich to pull to get what they want. Coming back to the pub immigration jury system, if it, or something like it, gets through the constitutional storm and becomes an embedded part of public life, then perhaps we can write a Magna Carta type document of just a few pages in simple English that puts down for the record for all voters how these juries are run effectively. And that will be it. No litigation, no commentary, no secondary legislation, no guidance, no case law, nothing. Just that document. We will have developed over time a system that works, and we are just recording the details briefly for posterity and as a reference. But we're not there yet. We first need wise, fair, brave, democratically supported leaders willing to strip back the hulking, complex machine of immigration law, scaffolded with decades of acts of parliament, secondary legislation, and case law. Then they need to exercise the royal prerogative to set up pub immigration juries. They will carry the can if things go wrong. They will continue taking charge of the system until this simple Magna Carta type document can be distilled from the practice of the system over time. And that will be our new immigration entry law, more or less. And we can turn our attention elsewhere.